What's goody, gang? What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? So we back outside, and I'm doing this video a lot differently than I have done my other one, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. So I want this video to feel very personable, and as if we're like right in each other's space, sharing space with one another. I want to invite you to get something to create, whether that be painting, whether it be writing, whether it be drawing. Come on, grab it. Come on, let's go. Let's chit chat. Today, what I'll be painting is these hats. You know what's crazy and the power of being obedient? I had brought all my supplies with me to go do this with my family, and long story short, it wasn't the right time to do it with them. So then I came back here to the house, and my grandma, she was like, look what I got. And y'all, tell me why it was a hat I made for her like a long time ago when I was younger. I had went to this this church event with my great grandmother, and they had arts and crafts for the kids, and you could decorate different things. And I did a hat, and I had wrote grandma. I'm gonna link a picture of it, but it's just so ironic that like God put on my spirit to use the hats that I had in the closet, and then my grandma had a hat I made when I was younger, like full circle. So let's get started. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna make today. I feel like orange has been calling me lately. Been real on my creative like bubble, as you want to say. So I want to say thank you for joining me. Like, thank you for tapping in and just tuning in with your girl. Truly, this whole YouTube journey has been I've been finding myself, finding what it is that God has me to do with this channel, being intentional, being purposeful, and being consistent. I feel like when I get in my head a lot of times, like I just be like, you know what, forget it. And I'm telling this my own understanding. And God has positioned me to just be more obedient and leaning on God for guidance on what it's supposed to be. God lead me. How we gonna do this? How we gonna do this, y'all? I don't know. Let's flow. Let's flow. Let's flow. So let's talk, y'all. One of the things that has been on my heart lately within these last couple of this last week, to give you guys like perspective, like where I'm at within myself. So I've been fasting, and I am on the second. It'll be 30 days, and through that journey of fasting, God has been revealing me to me, like revealing the areas where like I might have thought I was like put together. Girl, hold on, recheck. Where I was self-sabotaging, I guess scared of like myself and like where God is taking me to and getting in my own way. He's been really putting on my heart like your authenticity is it's a beautiful thing. And I think we live in a time frame where like comparison is like a real thing. And we feel like we always have to compare ourselves to other people, what they're doing and how they're doing what they're doing, and not realizing all like the beauty is in you being authentically who God created you to be. And I'm learning to not shun myself from being my authentic self. I like doing stuff like this. Like I like arts and crafts. Like I like stuff that some people don't like, and that's okay. And through this channel, that me just being my authentic self, allowing God to lead me in what I'm supposed to put up and what I'm supposed to say and all those different things, it's like who it's supposed to be is going to be, period. And you're not supposed to be for everybody, and it's okay not to be for everybody. And I'm finding acceptance in that. Growing up as like, I didn't know I was a people pleaser, but I was a people pleaser, and learning that about myself and like reasonings behind that. Like, I had to really break it down. Like, girl, hold the mirror up to my face and assess, like, where did that come from? And I think that because I don't like confrontation, I don't like weird energy, and I just really love peace. Like, I really enjoy, like, just being peaceful. Like, I'm super silly. I like to have fun, and I love to, like, make people laugh and, like, joy, like, be joyous. Not to say that I don't have my days where I, like, hey, all right, today ain't the day. Like, I don't have those. I do have those days, but more often I have those days where, like, I'm just being silly and accepting that and being okay with that. And those who are supposed to be in that space to receive that will, and those who aren't. And find joy in, like, who I am. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same thing for yourself. Like, really hold that mirror up and allow God to, like, work on you, to reveal the things where, like, you, to see how far you have come, but also to see, like, the areas where he's working on you still, and allow him to work on you, because that growth and that stretching, like, you just start to walk and start to be, and your life starts to reflect what you want. And I truly can say, like, my life has been reflecting my heart posture, peaceful and more fun and more excited to live and to do and to be purposeful and to be intentional. Again, that's not to say I haven't had my days, because this week was one of those weeks for me where, like, I was in such a, like, gloom, weird energy, and I didn't know why. But instead of trying to, like, distract myself, I was being still. Because usually I would just go distract myself. I would just go be ripping and running and, like, do all this stuff that, like, that's what I'm about to do, is balance. I don't know why, because I started to do, like, a little, okay, that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling balance, like, finding that balance, because it's so necessary. Balance. Okay, that's what we're going to do. But yeah, I used to, like, be running for myself and whatever things that I was feeling at that time, because it's uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable, but it's so necessary to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, so God can work on you and show you what it is that you need to see. And He has, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful for the people that He has placed within my life who just let me be me, and those reminders that, like, you've come so far. So give yourself grace, because sometimes I'm really hard on myself. So give yourself grace. Also recognize the habits and things that are keeping you stagnant. Have that self-reflection as well. So you're powerful and you're so intentional, and allow God to work on you. Allow God to show you and reveal you to you. One of the things I was having a conversation with my friend of was that it's like God will, like, do it in, like, sequence, right? So the first step would be God is, like, working on your environment, which might entail him changing your environment. You change your environment, then he starts to, like, reveal to you, like, people, how to deal with people, how to love them from an unconditional space, but also being able to set your boundaries, right? Not self-sacrificing yourself. And if you're anything like me, you're a people pleaser, or you were a people pleaser, and he'll do your environment, then he'll step in and show you the people and things around you. And then once he shows you the things, the people around you, then he'll reveal you to you. And not to say that he's not revealing you to you within those each other steps in processing, but, like, the main focal point is different in each season. And with being obedient, he has showed me what I needed to see. And I'm grateful for the journey. Truly, I am. And I'm grateful that, like, I have gone through the things that I've gone through, so I'm able to, like, help and encourage and love up on his children. Because I really feel like that's one of my purposes out here in this world, is just, like, to just be, like, a light onto other people, and just be like, nah, bro, like, you're dope. Like, you're so freaking dope. And like, to be that cheerleader for people and like accepting that role. And I was like, I'm honored and grateful that he chose me to do it. And I'm here for it. So with this YouTube channel, it's like, I truly want to exude that energy and to be that mirror for everybody, to just be like, hey, now like life happens and things are gonna shake you, but how you get up from that, how you get up from being shaken, and how you get up from being uncomfortable, and how you get up from like the change is what really matters. Like, we all have done things, we all have like not been our best selves, or said something that we might have regretted, or done something that we might have regretted. But that doesn't change God's love for you, and that doesn't, your story doesn't stop there. You always have the opportunity to redeem yourself, to become the highest version of you. You always have the opportunity, and to be that reflection and show you that, get up, like, come on, like, you good, like, you all right, like, that happened. Acknowledge it, forgive yourself, and acknowledge, because it goes acknowledgement, then the forgiveness for yourself once you acknowledge what the situation is. And then it's like, progress forward, don't do it again. And yeah, so we're created to do so many amazing things in this world, and doing them, being them, walking in them, not being scared of them anymore. Because we are called to do so many great things, and it's like, come on, come on, come on, let's get it. All right, I'm stuck now because I did the B. I like how the B looks, but I feel like the way that I'm about to do this A, let me see. I'm about to do this A might be a little wonky. So let me start up here. I have a question for y'all. What are some of the things, what is one of the things, right? A dream that you have, ambition, and a desire that you have that you might have not acted upon or have pursued and done because you were scared. And with you not acting upon it and doing it, has it been something that keeps resurfacing in your mind to actually do? And then if it is something that you have been called to do, what's stopping you now from doing it? This YouTube channel for me was one of those areas where, like, I don't know, I just never thought that, like, me do YouTube? What? We do what? What are we doing on YouTube? Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to say? Anybody gonna listen to me? Like, what? And I got to a space where, like, I guess the desire to find out what it is in the highest form of how, like, good life can get overseeded, I don't even know if that's the word, but overtook, like, my fear of rejection, my fear of nobody clicking on these videos and watching me. And even though we at where we at right now with even the subscriptions, like, God has been working on me within that too, within these last couple of weeks. Like, girl, you keep looking at the numbers. Stop looking at the numbers. Like, who cares? It ain't about that. Like, who cares? Who cares? And like, my mindset about YouTube now has become like, this is my archive. Like, this is my archive. Like, you know how we post pictures on Instagram? And you can always go back to the pictures on Instagram. As long as Instagram is moving and grooving, you always can go back and look at your pictures on Instagram. And that's how I feel about YouTube. But like, I can always go back and watch these videos, not only just for me, but like my kids and my grandkids, to see like legacy. Like, oh, that's what my grandma, that's when my mama started. Like, that's how we got to where we're at now. And this is how God has shown up and moved in her life, and like, lending them encouragement when they feel like life is life for them and they don't know which way to turn, and they might not have nobody that they can talk to, and they click these videos and be like, "Now my mama did it. and I can do it. I got this. So thinking about it like that, like it's your archive. It's your lively archive. And that's with anything. That's with if you want to be an artist, if you want to start a freaking mobile company, if you want to, whatever it is that God has put on your heart to do and your purpose, it's just like, do it. What do you have to lose, man? It's like we really only get one of these things, which is life. We only get one life. And I've, if you've seen in the other video when I talked about some of the things that I've experienced within my life, where like, I've gone through a lot in my young years of living, where like I've always knew that like life, there was more to life than what I was experiencing. There was so much more than just the shenanigans, and I always had that desire to find out what that was, to find out what it was, what that looked like, and not necessarily from the materialistic aspect, but like just happiness and peace. So with finding out what happiness and what that peace looks like, that's when God be like, all right, you said you want this, so now I'm gonna show you what it is to get it. And that's him working on the person, who you are as a person, and then starting to, I don't like what I just did. I'm about to fix that. I'm about to fix it. Yeah. Child, I spaced it out too much. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. We're gonna make lemonade out of lemonade. We're gonna make lemonade out of lemonade. Lemons out of lemonade. How it go? Lemonade out of lemons. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But that part. So again, encouraging you guys, man, this life is for the making. Whatever it is that you want to do and achieve in this world, you can. Not to say it's gonna be easy, because it's not. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you now, it's not. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth the effort. And truly, no one has you like God got you. I love us humans. We're great and all, but we're human. Okay, we are prone to disappoint. We are prone to leave. We are prone to change our mind. Okay, and that realizing that for myself without having like ego or like F people and all that other stuff, that mindset attached to it, and really just been like building my dependency upon God has allowed me to grow so much. Truly. Because men will leave you. I don't know if you experienced it. I don't know if y'all been in no relationships. I don't know if you got family things and situations, but that disappointment that you experience at times with, people, it hurts. It really does. But knowing that like it's all happening for a reason, and it's all happening to build your dependency upon God and to seek God in every aspect of your life, not just for you to get all the blessings and abundance. No, that's for purpose. That's for your relationships, platonically and romantically, and within your family. That's everything. Everything. I can't even, because it's literally everything. Like in those seasons, that's what he's building your dependency upon. This ring on my nose. Sorry, y'all. It's the incense, but it's to build your dependency upon him. And again, that mindset shift has allowed me to be able to just love people, man, without expectations, without putting the pressures on them to be anything. Just be who you are, your authenticness, your authentic self. And I feel like that has allowed me to just love people for people and to be able to like serve. I truly have a heart of service. I truly have a heart of community. So like, again, having solely dependent upon God for every aspect. I don't really think that there's anything that man can give me at this point in my life. that I can't get from God, or that He hasn't put within me already to be able to be for myself, you know, in the sense of like, this girl had this video, and I seen this video up the other day, and it was just like, she was basically saying like, in her single season, when she was like, working on herself and loving on who she is, and like really growing her relationship with God, she really, this bug just wants to get in the video so bad. It's a lightning bug, and I don't want to kill it. Remember when we was younger, you used to catch lightning bugs in the mason jars? I don't know if I used to do that, but we used to do that with my cousins. But she was basically saying that like, God was just showing her that like, she's the best friend and best lover that she could ever have for herself, truly. And when you operate within that capacity of being your best friend, your own best friend, and your own lover, like God will, you know, align you with the person that He has for you. And I'm like, duh, like needed that to hear that again, needed that reminder. Because I think sometimes like when you're in your single season and like, you know, loneliness is a real thing, okay? Being lonely, being, wanting companionship and wanting a best friend and wanting a confidant and all those different things, a purpose partner, all those different things, like I think we start to focus so much on like things outside of us to bring that energy in, to be in those spaces and places. When whole time you supposed to be that for yourself. You supposed to be your own best friend. Enjoy your own company. Like, period. And you supposed to be the best lover that you can be. Like, love on who you are. Like, embrace yourself. Like, affirm yourself and how amazing and how beautiful and how handsome you are. Like, be what you want God to bring to you. And He will do so in due time and divine time. And when it's supposed to happen, He's going to align you with the person that He has for you. Period. And that's not only just with a romantic relationship, but that's also platonic. Like, try it. Your family, your soul family, and all that. And the people that I have in my life now, I had to become a different person to be able to attract those people that I'm evenly yoked with. And what I mean by like become a different person, like become the person I truly have always been before things outside of myself creeped in. And I had the foundation of God like I do now in my life, Jesus Christ. And when I say God, I mean my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, okay? All day, every day, like Yeshua, Yahweh, like, period. And that's what y'all gonna hear that a lot from me on this channel. So it is what it is, because it wasn't for Jesus, okay, I would not be here talking to y'all, sharing my experiences and my story, and just, being a friend of a friend of a friend that you don't even know was your friend, but God put me in your life to be your friend. Because we friends, okay? It's ganging now. I'm ganging now, okay? And I always want to tell you guys that you're purposeful. You're purposeful, you're intentional, and you're supposed to be here. You're worth the investment in all forms, whatever that looks like. Invest in yourself and who God has called you to be. Sorry, I started stuttering my words. I got caught up in trying to draw this drink. Baby, I don't know what I'm doing. This is where I'm at so far, y'all. Trust the process. Okay. NCE. But yeah, man. I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for being able to just be, man. I've learned truly how to like just accept who I am, like love on who I am, flaws and all, beautifully flawed, like flaws and all, and learned how to like allow people in my life to just genuinely love me, Cause I used to really have trust issues, y'all. Ain't gonna lie. And I feel like I know why that is because my trust has like it was broken at a really young age, and it has always been hard for me to like trust people. And again, through my relationship with God and me having to lean on God, I learned how to I have to learn how to trust as well. Because God, you this didn't happen, and you got my back, but this happened, and it's like what? So I started to say it's like He has taught me one how to fully depend upon Him because I kept trying to lean to my own understanding, and life was life and for me, and things weren't panning out because I was trying to do it my own way. And once I got out of that space, He started working on me within dealing with and being around His children, and the my calling, especially when it comes to like working with our youth, because I have a nonprofit organization. It's called Reconnect, and Reconnect we focus on social emotional learning and entrepreneurship, and so that's one area. Then we have community engagement, which is our events, such as like a sneaker ball, Valentine's Day event, our Christmas event, and then we have community service as well. Yes, go follow us on Instagram. And if you are as well someone who is just wanting to bring love and light and abundance and resources and just empowerment to your community, let's collab, let's partner, let's work, let's go. Come on. However I can help, even if it's me or posting one of your events, please tag it because we need each other. And yeah, so tag it, tell a friend, because I'm all for that. So having a heart of service, it's like He had to work on me within me, learning me, dealing with those people around me, and learning and healing and growing with the people around me. So then when it comes time for me to be out with his the rest of his kids, you know, I might not have a direct relationship with me, but because of the work that He's telling me to do and has invested within me to do, I'll be of service to them. So He's been working on like the smaller nucleus to be able to bring it together and to show up and be in the bigger nucleus. I don't know if that analogy made sense, but yeah, that part. And I'm just, I'm grateful for the journey, truly, because the person that sits in front of you today was not this person always. And it's so funny because sometimes people be like the perfectionist. Think I don't know. People have I've heard different things about their perspective of me. And that's another thing I want to say is that people are gonna have opinions about you, even if they don't know you. They're gonna have a formulated opinion about who you are, what you've gone through, what you've experienced, what you've seen. They ain't got nothing to do with you, boo. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You ain't got nothing to prove. Be your authentic self. And those who are curious to know further more about like, dang, how you become like that? Why? How you so positive? Share your story. Show them how. Because that's testament of how God works in our lives. Where we might have been one space, but God chose and used you, baby. And don't run from that part of yourself because those things got you and made you who you are. Like I don't ever like especially like the hard times and challenging times with things that I've experienced that people might like some people might have just been like, might have handled it differently than I have been handling it differently. But I truly believe that God gave me my story, my testimony to be like, nah, you can go through that heartbreak or you can go through situations with your family where like they feel unforgivable, they feel unlovable. But through God's grace and favor and the work that He's done on me, I'm able to show up and just love, just be of love, just be of peace. And some people might think I'm crazy. Like, might think I'm crazy, but it is what it is, you know? And having forgiveness and just loving people for who they are. He has done so on me, okay? Because I wouldn't have become this person that I am if it wasn't for God, truly. Like, I told y'all in my last video, like, I didn't even want to experience this life, and I'm like, okay? I was like, I'm tired. I've had enough, okay? I've had enough. But through God's grace and his favor, he saw it fit for me to keep going. And he sees it fit for you to keep going. Like, your current season is not where things end for you. Like, your story is just beginning. And the beautifulness. That's why I love Tiana Taylor so much, because she talks about like the rose from the concrete that grew. And it's like literally the rose from the concrete that grows and becomes even more beautiful than it was when it first started off. You didn't even know the rose was there. You didn't even know that there was a seed that had been planted. And out of nowhere, it sprouts. And you know how it starts with a stem. You know, you got the little bulb at the end. I wish I had my grandmother's roses up here so I could show y'all the give y'all a real analogy right now. But it starts as a little bud through the stem. The bud grows more and more and more, longer, taller. And y'all know the little green part, then it blooms, it blossoms. Does it blossom fully at first? Like, just pop out? No, like, each day, it opens up more and more and more and more and more until you have the beautiful red rose that you see. And it's like, you are that rose in the concrete, baby. God planted you, he created you. And through your story and through your testimony, he's going to allow you to bloom. But don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And you're like, dang, man. You look back and you be like, yeah, I did that. Made it through. And life is, and when things happen and show up in life, you know how to navigate them because you made it out. You've been here before. That's one thing I had to keep reminding myself again this week. This week, baby, let me tell you, your girl was going through, okay? Was going through it. Was feeling it. All her feelings. Was feeling all my feelings. The sadness, the loneliness, the self-doubt, the depression. Like, I was feeling it. But whenever those spaces creep up, I'm still. And I've learned how to be still. Again, how I used to handle it. I used to just run from it, like, and use other things outside of it, whether that might have been smoking, whether that might have been being around people, whether that might have been, you know, whatever I was doing that was not productive in productivity to what I needed to be doing. I've learned how to be still. I get into my word. I'll be on YouTube. I'll be on YouTube, and the videos that I be seeing on YouTube really, like, the people I follow on YouTube truly are, or the podcasts that I listen to are all forms of, like, whether it be mindset, whether it be like business, of like, you know, learning about structuring your business and stuff like that, or whether it be like spiritual, like talking about Jesus Christ. And again, that's why it's so important to like the portals that we open up. So like, you know, your ear portal, your ear gate, your mouth gate, your eye gate, like why all those things around you are so important, because when you get into those spaces and those times, you know, you have your foundation. My foundation is in God. So with it being in God, it's like God will lead you. What are you listening to? I don't listen to secular music no more. Like, there's this playlist on I listen on Spotify. I have two different playlists. I have the one that's like the R&B type of soul, where like it's faith based, or I have the turned up, like, but it's also faith based, and they talking about God. Well, I listen to 70s music because my grandparents, they be having me in my, like, you know, Diana Ross and Evie the Boys and like uh Don, what's his name? Uh I can't think right now, but listening to like 70s, 60s music. Because I don't listen to the stuff that we listen to now. I can't. I cannot. I don't. Except that song by J. Cole, All My Life, and when he wrote, because I love me some J. Cole, and he Letters to Summer. But like, you know, all in all, what I'm saying is that like those are important portals that we have the ability to open in understanding whether we're doing it for our highest good or low vibrational. And we choose a high vibrational every time, baby. Every time. So again, building a solid foundation. So then when you do get in those spaces and those moods, you know what to turn to, you know what to do. And that's what I did. I got into my word, listening to my faith, and allowing God to lead and getting creative. Yeah, that part. Then how y'all creation coming along? Is it coming out how y'all wanted it to? Is it giving all the givens? I know mine is like, girl, what you doing, baby? But I'm trusting the process. Even though I don't know. I think it's like the words got like smaller as I got around to the thing, which I kind of am feeling. And I feel like when I trace it even more, it's gonna be real hard. And then I'm gonna put like different things around it between like where the gaps are, because it's the gaps for me. The gaps in these letters is throwing me off. But I feel like when I paint it, it's gonna be a lot better. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. This was so fun. Long term wise, with this, I want to be able to like have different, you know, whether it be monthly or weekly, but being able to like really interact with those who tune in to what I gotta say and like do this. Let's create and talk. How y'all feeling? What y'all going through? Talking about the blessings that's happening. I feel like a lot of times we focus on, and I've learned how to. This again, God has been working on me, baby, and He's allowed me to be able to just, I guess, like the things that He's been working on me and doing, be able to help those around me, you know, do that as well. And when things are happening with life, right? It's like we can get so caught up in like this is happening and that's happening and oh my goodness and da 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 da. I feel like this and all things that like make us feel like the woe it's me. And I'm not saying don't feel your feelings and assess where you're at within it, how something made you feel. Always do that. Just don't allow yourself to stay there. And I think that is one of the things where like we sometimes just sit in that space and like, nah, boo, don't do that. Feel your feelings, but don't stay there. And he's been allowing and showing me that like even like again with those around me, like when they come to me and talk to me about stuff, I'd be like, no, you just walked up and I'm like, who is this walking up like that? Like, hold on, I gotta yeah. Gucci. Uh-huh. Are you? Are you? But what did I say? Oh, like feel those feelings, assess where you're at with it. But again, just don't stay there. Don't allow that energy to take over. It's like when it happens, assess it, feel it. God, this is what I'm dealing with. This is how I'm feeling right now. And I just pray that you give me understanding to the situation furthermore than what I might be seeing at surface. and work on me, guide me, love me, and protect me through it. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. Move forward. Moving forward could be you getting up out of that place that you might have been in physically and go take a drive, or like go listen to some music, or go cook a nice meal for yourself, whatever that might be. Just don't allow yourself to just sit in that energy. And through that practice, practice have more gratitude, encountering those things with gratitude. Be like, man, this is happening right now, but thank God I have a roof over my head. Thank God there's food in the refrigerator right now. I can go make something to eat. Thank God all my family is healthy and here and present, and I can call them. Thank God that we woke up this morning, like this AM, this rising. Thank God that like, hey, this rain is happening right now where it's cooling the outside down, because it'd be hot, boy. It'd be hot out here. You feel me? Just finding things to be grateful for. And again, feel your feelings. I'm never saying not to feel your feelings. Feel them, assess them, see where they're rooted in, and if there's something to be done about what might have transpired and stuff, then okay, God, lead me in how I need to handle this. But again, I want to preach to you guys the importance of seeking God first within everything, because He will tell you exactly how to deal with a situation, what to say, when to say it, what not to say, and how to show up, how to communicate it, when to say it, because not every time it's supposed to be addressed right then and there. Sometimes you gotta let it sit. Give it 3 days, baby. Don't react. Give it 3 days. And pray on it. And through all those different practices, it's like, okay, you start to elevate more. You start to elevate. And I pray that through watching these videos and just hearing me, how I operated, but through those practices, they become habits and things that you naturally do organically. So, yeah, baby, it's up and it's stuck. I'm outlining it now. It looked crazy from showing y'all from that way, but I'm feeling it. I'm starting to see the vision through. Probably won't finish this by the time I finish this video, but I'll come back and show y'all the progress. And again, show me what y'all created. I want to see what y'all made. I want to see what y'all made. I pray that this video has been helpful for you guys. Tap into that kiddo within you. That's another thing. But like, whenever I get like I be in my head or feeling however, I nurture the kid in me. Like, I have to. Whether that be going by the water, love water, or like doing arts and crafts, or being around family, like whatever that is, nurture the kiddo in you before life started to like tell you who you needed to be and how to show up and what to do and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Before life started to do that, before you really like tapping back and thinking about the time frame where like you really was just out here just free without the fear of judgment and the fear of like people thinking you're weird and whatever. Like, what did you used to do as a kid that like made you feel good? And I want to encourage you to tap into that energy and keep that energy alive within you, because if we allow it, life will take it and steal it from us. And that's not of God. Like, God loves His kids. Like, He loves His kids. And He loves our uniqueness and our individualism. Like, He loves that about us. And keeping those elements and those parts of you alive, even through the adulting, okay? Keep them alive. That part of you needs just as much love and nurturing as the adult version of you. So Thank you for holding space with me today, gang. And I pray that through this life journey that you build a solid foundation within your relationship with Jesus, and understanding and knowing that, like, once you have that foundation, right, no matter where you go, no matter if you backslide, no matter if you slip up, no matter if whatever the case may be, that having that solid foundation is always going to carry you, because you're always going to come back to the root, which is God, every time. Testimony of that, okay? Every time. Doesn't matter. So build that solid foundation, because God loves you. God wants the best for you. And there's purpose and intentionality within you. And you were created to do so many amazing things in this world. And don't dim your light for nobody, baby. Okay? For nobody. You are the one, never the two. Okay? And you're worth the investment. Do the work. Do the work. Not to say it's easy, but again, it's worth it. It is so worth it. So, we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. Okay. Well, y'all, that's all I have for you today on Paint With Me. I am your girl, Chanel Rain, and I love you. God loves you even more. You are love. You are light. You are uniquely created. You are blessed. You are abundant. You are purposeful. You are intentional. And the light and the world needs your light. So don't shun from it. Don't dim it. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Learn it. Nurture it. Protect it. Build your foundation in God. God always got your back, no matter what. Peace, gang. And it's balanced, baby. Okay, before I go for real, I wanted to show you guys what I did so far. Okay, so far. I'm sick because I don't have, this is the only paintbrush I got, y'all. This is the paintbrushes that be having at Dollar Tree. Like, you get some, they good for like one use and that's it. That's literally the only brush I have. And these sponge brushes ain't doing it for me. But anyway, this is what I did so far. The balance within. I started putting paint on this seat, and then I put Jesus on the back of the hat too. Cause y'all, okay, y'all. So I want to find something else that I can use to paint, because I want to add some, some color on this thing, some color. I did yellow, because I'm not feeling really like vibrant, bright colors. But yeah. Y'all, finish your product, finish your project that you've been working on, and I would love to see it. Follow me on IG, Chanel, CHENELLEX Brain, and show me, DM me. I don't know how the messaging thing work here on YouTube. Comment below your pictures of the things that you created with our time together, and I would love to see them. And yeah. Thanks again for holding space with me, and until next time. Peace, gang.